Your characters need you regulated so that you can go regulate them. It's pretty much just like regulating a toddler, except they're your characters. Your freeze is their freeze. If you freeze, your characters are not going to move forward. That's just the way it is. So even if you listen, they're not going to tell you anything if you're in freeze mode. Your exhale is their clarity. So if you are regulated, they can get clarity in terms of their next steps. And you have the clarity you need to be able to then listen to what they have to say. These are my very non-scientific, there's probably science behind it if you know where to look, but they're very intuitive, but they work in my experience. And I've seen a lot of writers use these tools and also have them work. So hold your characters, let them cry. I love this one. When I don't know how to move forward with a character, I tend to start writing a scene out of the story, just me and the character. And I'm like, come here, let me give you a hug. Ask them what's going on outside of story. Distract them. If you have a character who is refusing to cooperate in that way, write a scene where they're brushing their teeth, where they're doing the shopping, where they're something that they're not doing in the story. Just put them in a situation where they're doing something else, where you can get to them from another angle. Your anchors to hold on to as the author when you notice your nervous system bracing, when you notice that you're up there and you don't want to stay there. Exhale, make it longer. It's like breathe in, breathe out, and then empty your lungs. And then do that several times in a row. You'll notice your shoulders dropping. Listen to your body's cues and get curious. Like when you get that feeling of needing to write, everything is starting to get chaotic in your head, and like examine that feeling. Figure out what's underneath it. Figure out which of the survival states you're in and how you can counter it. Name what's going on in your system so that it loses its power. To yourself in your journal, find a way to externalize it so that it doesn't hold that power over you and your story. Trust that the story is there and that it serves a purpose for your nervous system. There's a reason your brain wants you to write the story. And if you are unable to develop the plot in a way that feels right at this point in time, then maybe your system isn't ready for it yet. And sometimes it just takes time. Sometimes it takes inner work. There's no one answer here, but I firmly believe that if you feel called to a story, you'll find a way to make it happen, even if it takes a decade or more. So that's just something that I wanted to drop. Let it take time. A few little things to keep in your pocket. Exhale first. Whatever happens when you notice your system spiking, exhale first. Inhale first, then exhale. Trust your nervous system. Trust your characters, and the plot will follow. Another Andrew Garfield quote. He says, "It never feels safe. If it feels safe, I'm a bit concerned." Talking about inhabiting characters that he prepares for. And I feel like this applies to writing as well. If you have something worthwhile in your hands, it never feels safe. And if it feels totally safe, then it can be fun. Like there's nothing wrong with safe writing. It can be fun. It can be a great way to regulate, even if you feel like other stuff is making your system brace too much. I mean, I lean into fan fiction like crazy when I hit those states, and it's a great tool. But if you start to get concerned about that lack of safety when you're writing on the big thing, it's not a bad thing that it feels unsafe sometimes.